Hole 1 is a 434-yard par 4 that plays slightly uphill and sets the tone with a blend of generosity and subtle positioning. The fairway is wide and gently doglegs left, and the ideal line favors the right side of the fairway. From the tee, players should resist the temptation to hug the left side too aggressively. While it shortens the hole, it can tighten the angle into the green. A controlled tee shot position on the right side opens up everything for the approach. This is where the hole reveals its first real challenge. The green sits elevated, effectively adding distance to the shot, and typically requires one extra club. Coming up short is the common miss, and the costly one. The uphill nature makes distance control critical, and players who make an incorrect elevation adjustment will consistently leave themselves in difficult recovery positions. Fairway bunkers are positioned well short of the green, around 90 yards out, so they're not in play for most approaches, but they reinforce the importance of a well-positioned tee shot. The green complex is well protected by bunkers on both sides, creating a visually narrow target. The safe play is the center of the green. With elevation and bunkering working together, short-siding yourself here turns a routine opening hole into an early bogey threat. Hole 2 is a 413-yard par 4. This is a subtle but demanding dogleg left that immediately tests ability to control both shape and position. The fairway slopes away from the dogleg, which means anything hit straight or leaking right will run through the fairway and into the rough. The ideal play is a controlled right-to-left shape that works into the slope, holding the fairway and setting up the best angle into the green. Longer players may be tempted to carry the corner, but this brings the fairway bunkers directly into play. Aggression is rewarded only if it's precise. Anything slightly offline is quickly penalized. With a well-positioned tee shot, this becomes a scoring opportunity. The angle from the left center of the fairway opens up the green and allows players to be aggressive with a short iron. But from the right side, or worse, the rough, the approach becomes far less predictable, especially with bunkers guarding the landing areas. This is a classic case where position off the tee dictates whether you're attacking or simply trying to hold the green. The green is heavily protected by multiple bunkers, creating a visually intimidating target. There is very little room for error around the edges, and missing in the wrong spot can quickly eliminate birdie chances. The safest play is again middle of the green, especially if your angle is compromised. Hole 3 is a 455-yard par 4. This is a demanding par 4 that requires precision right from the start. The hole favors a left-to-right shape off the tee, working the ball away from the fairway bunkers that line the left side. Players who challenge those bunkers too closely risk a difficult lie or a blocked approach. The ideal play is a controlled fade into the right center of the fairway. From there, the hole opens up and sets up a manageable approach. Miss left and you're likely in trouble. Miss right and you're adding distance into an already long hole. From the fairway, players are typically left with a mid to short iron into a well-defended green. But this is where positioning becomes critical. Shots played from the rough or fairway bunkers will struggle to hold the green, especially with multiple bunkers protecting the front. This is not a green you can chase from a poor lie. If the tee shot is out of position, the smart play is to prioritize finding the putting surface rather than attacking the pin. The green features subtle contouring, with a back right pin location presenting the greatest challenge. That section of the green is tightly guarded, and attacking it directly brings significant risk. The smarter play is to use the natural contours, landing the ball short and allowing it to release up towards the hole. This is a classic Donald Ross style design, where understanding how the ball feeds into the pin is key. Hole 4 is a 457-yard par 4. This is a long par 4 where the landing area is partially hidden over the crest of a hill, creating immediate uncertainty from the tee. Players must commit to a line without full view of the fairway, trusting both yardage and shape. The fairway is reasonably generous, but positioning still matters. This is not a hole where you can afford to be out of place. A solid controlled tee shot is essential here, as this hole begins to stretch in length the moment you fall out of position. The approach plays into a relatively small green for a hole of this length, placing a premium on both distance control and accuracy. The safest and most consistent play is toward the left side of the green, where a natural opening provides the best margin for error. Players who chase pins, especially those tucked toward the back right, bring significant trouble into play. This is a hole where restraint on the approach often leads to better scoring outcomes than aggression. The green is subtly shaped, with a tier on the left and more dangerous contours towards the right. A deep bunker guards the right side, ready to catch anything that leaks or runs too far. Shots that miss long or right leave extremely difficult up and downs, especially with the green running away from the player. Hole 5 is a 159-yard par 3. This is the shortest par 3 on the course, but it's far from simple. The hole typically plays slightly downhill, which can make distance control tricky. Players must resist the temptation to attack the flag, especially with the green surrounded by deep bunkers on nearly every side. The smart play is a controlled iron shot to the center of the green, prioritizing accuracy over aggression. Even though this is a short iron, precision is everything. Shots that drift slightly offline are quickly punished by the surrounding bunkers, and misses short or to the sides leave difficult up and downs. The green features subtle level changes on both sides, creating multiple pin positions that can be deceptively difficult to access. Pins tucked on the edges bring the bunkers directly into play, while the center of the green offers the safest and most consistent scoring opportunity. Being on the wrong level can turn a birdie chance into a challenging two-putt. Hole 6 is a 402-yard par 4. This is a strategic dogleg right that offers multiple options, but demands precision. 4 fairway bunkers sit along the inside corner, tempting longer players to take an aggressive line. Carrying them can shorten the hole significantly, but anything slightly misjudged bring those bunkers directly into play. The safer play is to stay left of the bunkers, but that leaves a longer approach and a more difficult angle into the green. This is a classic risk-reward tee shot, distance versus position. From the fairway, players are left with a short to mid-iron into a well-defended green. The challenge here is controlling both distance and direction. The green is guarded by bunkers and shaped in a way that punishes imprecision. Approach shots from the right side of the fairway or from trouble make it much harder to access the best landing areas. The green features multiple levels, including a subtle mound that influences how the ball reacts depending on pin locations. There's a level in the front left portion of the green and another that runs from the back left towards the middle. These contours make it difficult to get the ball close unless you're on the correct level. Miss in the wrong spot, and even simple chips become challenging.